All right, it's up. It's up around. We're gonna let it rock for a minute. Let some folks get in here. Someday love will find you. Break the chains. All right. That's weird. Okay, I guess I'll just get started. I don't know if anyone's here or not, but whatever. Wait, what? I forgot. Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's actually very good to know. For sure. 7 Dr. Thunder. Okay, it's been 2 minutes now. I'm gonna get straight to it. So, welcome. I am Nick Basson, and I'm going to teach you why you cannot catch a fish. And me by showing you how you can't catch a fish, hopefully you can catch a fish. All right. So, the first issue you have with catching a fish is that you are impatient. You are not patient enough to catch a fish. We're talking bass specifically. All right, you guys are sending your reels out, zzz, bloop, and you're just reeling it back like it's nobody's business. Stop doing that. You gotta let that bait, whether it's soft plastic bait, chatter bait, live bait, whatever it is, send it out there. Take a little bit of time. Let it float to the bottom. Let the action, do what it needs to do, whatever it needs to do, and then reel it in periodically. Don't just bring it back. All right. So yeah, impatience is the biggest reason why you cannot catch a fish. You are sending something out and reeling it back immediately. No fish is gonna catch that, even if you get so lucky enough to send one near a fish. They're gonna see it move, and be like, it is what it is, because you're bringing it back too fast. All right. The second reason why you cannot catch a fish is you are throwing them in the wrong areas. And there are, or should I say, you're throwing it in the less favorable areas, because the wrong area is not in the water. If you're throwing it in the water, you're throwing it in the right area, but you're throwing them in less favorable conditions. To go through that, I have a video here, and before we start playing this video, I want you to take this thing off. I can hear my audio in there. Anyways, what I want you to do is look at this little freeze frame before I start the video. Where would you be casting? Are you casting over here past the little reeds right here? Are you casting right here in the middle? Are you casting off to the right there? Are you casting right here in the shadow? What are you doing? I'm gonna give you a few seconds to think about that. Okay. The best place to be casting right now would be, let me see if my cursor in there? Yes, it is. Right here along just outside of this shadow. Right outside the shadow, and working your way in. And basically I would fan cast. Obviously I'm not gonna right here because I can see I remember this day, I can see to about like right here. I can see everything in there, like right here. That can't see, and obviously farther I can't see. But yeah, but if I couldn't see, I would cast here, 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 and I would just bring it all the way across, all on the outsides, and that's kind of what I did. I started like somewhere here though. But let's get to it. This is my football jig. Bam. Send it out. And there it is. Bam. Speed this up just a tad. Alright, so you saw when I threw it, obviously I look down, look around. I kind of let it get to the bottom. This pond isn't that deep, and I was using a 3/8 ounce football jig, so it's at the bottom now. And take my time. Slowly walk it back, walk it back, walk it back. Take my time. And I did this maybe like 10 to 12 times already, so this is not like first cast, first go. I was here for at least 20 minutes before that happened, you know, and I'm kind of lollygagging, taking my time. Walking it back, walking it back. Did I get the, and there it is. I got something. And if I remember correctly this day, what happened was, I think that it was snipping the clips of the craw. All right, well, there it is. You understand. And that, you catch a fish. Bam. You know, it's not that hard, but it's hard if you don't understand what exactly you're supposed to be doing. That's the hard part, finding out what it is you're doing. And that's anything, you know, anything you learn, there's a curve. There's people that are just starting it like you. There are people that have already been doing it for a long time. And the happy medium is really, really gray. You know, with people that say, I kind of know what I'm doing. It's how you kind of do or you kind of don't. You know, it's not really any middle ground for that. But let's continue. So what we're going to do is we will go, which one do I want to go to next? I'll pick this one. All right. So before we start, middle of the day. All right. So we talked about shadows. It was early in the morning, sun behind me, that big cottonwood tree next to me. So it was a lot of shade for those bass to go tuck up under. Right here, this is middle of the day. I think it was like 1 or 2 p.m., something like that. It's hot. Sun's out. Where am I sending my cast for the most paramount amount of success? My most likely chance of success. I'll give you a few minutes to figure this out. Okay. I'm going to send it to the docks. Floating docks. Try to get it as close as I can to, you know, right around here. And just work it back. And this time I'm using a weightless Senko. And it's a 6-inch. When I do the 6-inch, I go weightless because it's a pretty big worm. And I'm using what? I think it's like 12 pound braid. I mean, not 12 pound braid, 12 pound fluorocarbon on my Lose spinning reel. I think it's the American Hero reel. Did I send it already? Did I send it already? Oh, I think I did. And basically what I'm doing, I have my, oh, so my, hey, did you see that? I did not notice that. Did they get thrown off? Look in the back, right here. Somebody freaking gets, I don't know if they get thrown off or if they jump off. What the heck? I did not notice that at all. Hold on, look. Oh, okay, so he dives in. Is it? Hold on, what the hell? I never noticed that. What am I looking at? I don't remember what I'm looking at. Oh, well, there it is. I'm getting a bite. Like, yeah. So homeboy dove in. Okay, so look though. So I sent it over there. Okay, bam. Right there on the dock. And what I'm doing is I have my rod kind of facing downwards. And I'm kind of doing it like that. That's how the tip of my rod is going, like Pause. Tip of my rod is going like this. All right, and basically what that's making the worm do is that like a worm, you know. And I'm basically dragging it across the floor like that. Taking my time, not going super fast, but I'm also not going super slow. Covering a steady amount of real estate, gaining a steady amount of real estate while I'm doing that. And then obviously I got a hit. And where does it come out at? Bam, because he's trying to go back under the docks. Back under the docks. Back under the docks. And there he is. Got one. All right. We're going to pop out one freaking more. Let's see. Might do two more. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna pull out this wacky. All right, so before I go, I just retrieved it. I'm shaking it. Pause. Where am I going? Where can I go? I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to figure it out. Okay, if you chose the docks under here, you're a winner. If you chose over here, you're a winner. But also, if you chose along this wall, you are a winner. Because this is their alleyway. They're tucking here, and bam. They're shooting back and forth on this. This is extremely shallow, so they're more than likely going to be kind of feed more over here. All right. But if you said this wall, that's a good idea too. And you can see, like right here in front of me, there's like so much greenage right there. You don't want to cast in there, dude. You don't want to cast in there. There's a high chance that fish can be going through there because that's a lot of good cover. But you're gonna be pulling crap out of your hook every cast. It's gonna suck. So let's get to it. Whalers wacky, bam, right there at the wall. Let it go. See the slack. Let it out so it can float to the bottom. Gotta give it time to get to the bottom. And now I'm working it. And there it is. Got the bite. There it is. Another fish. Okay. So we're impatient. We're not letting our bait sink to the bottom. We are reeling way too freaking fast. We're throwing in the wrong areas, or we're not throwing in the areas where we can have the best success. And then let's see, where else can we go? You might be throwing the wrong stuff. There's a chance you might be throwing the wrong stuff. And in the right setting, fish will bite anything with the right presentation, with the right action. But we'll kind of get into that a little bit later. But it's very simple. You can catch a fish with these. What they be doing in the videos is with this. Swim, paddle tail, low contact. I think it's a 3.8 inch. With this is a crawl. And the soft plastic worm. This one is, no, this is not the one, but like I said, 6 inch. But just think about this, but 6 or 5 inches. Soft plastic worm. With those three, you can catch a lot of freaking bass. You can catch just about any bass under the sun. You know, you don't gotta overcomplicate it. These three things: paddle tail, freaking crawl, and a soft plastic worm. Catch just about any bass. All right. Let's see. Another thing. Leaders. A lot of us might not be using leaders, and if you're new to fishing, of course you're not using leaders because you don't know any leader knots. You barely know any fishing knots. Of course you don't know leader knots. Of course you're like, okay, well, why am I buying fluorocarbon? Why am I buying this expensive other thing? You know, I understand. So you're not using leaders. You can catch plenty of fish without leaders. I've done so because when I started fishing, I didn't know any freaking leader knots either. So I was not buying any fluorocarbon to make leaders. I didn't know how to braid the fluorocarbon. I didn't know any. I was just like, yo, give me some damn monofilament put it on my joint, pause, let's go. You know, that was really it. It wasn't much science or anything like that too. It was nothing deeper than just I have a line, I have a hook. Let me see if I can get a fish. You can catch fish, and you will catch plenty of fish. Without a fluorocarbon leader, you will catch more with a fluorocarbon leader. And all that also ties in to presentation. That is part of your presentation. A lot of people think the presentation is just the bait, how you work it, the act, you know, how you're sending it. That's a part of it. That leader is part of presentation. That is the first thing that is getting sent out there when presenting your bait. It's part of presentation. Argue with your mama. Don't argue with me. All right. Let's break that down. Get up out of there. So, let's talk. Why not? Let's talk about action. I think I might just do everything all in one. Let's talk about action. So, check this out. Check it out, 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 check it out. Let me blow this up. So this right here is a football jig, you know. Hi. Not that. Yeah, it's called a football jig because the head is shaped like a football. This is a side profile view, but if it was to be turned the other way, facing us, then you will see that it's shaped like a football at the end. That's a football jig. All right, so when your football jig is flat, should I select this? Outside of the water flat, it'll look like that. But when you're moving it through the water, it's moving in this direction. This is how it looks. It looks freaking, oh, you can't see my fingers when I do it. Yeah, it looks like this because it's going in this direction. When it stops, holy crap, that's not what I wanted to do. When it stops, it looks like this. Is it going to? Holy moly, and I need to zoom in. This is what it looks like when it stops underwater. Okay. This person more than likely has a fluorocarbon leader. If you notice, you can't notice any fishing line in this picture at all. I see that. I see on the knot, and that's about it. That's what it is. Anyways, hold on. Look at that. Look at that black and blue crawl, man. Okay. Anyways, that is what it looks like. So when you're moving it, it has that flat enclosed action, and then when it stops, it opens, kind of like a budding flower. It does like that. All part of presentation as well. If you're just reeling that thing back the whole time, it's going to be closed and it's just going to be moving. If you have a really good trailer and a crawl, it'll kind of, you know, move. These don't. These are the Killer Innovation crawl. It has a bit of a different action. It doesn't quite have the moving of the claws in that way, but we'll talk about that another day. Yeah, if you're doing that, you're just gonna have a blob of crap just sliding across the water. Now if you're freaking hopping it, dragging it, you know, move, hop it, drag it, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that thing where it's moving like this, kind of like a crawl moves, doing the jets backwards, then it's dropping, then it's going, then it's dropping, and that is going to look very appealing to a fish. All right, so we might as well get into action since we are here. And where do I want to go for action? Where's my best? Excuse me. So before I send it, where? Hold on, bam, right here. Okay, let's take a look. And if this looks familiar, because guess what? That other video I had, I was in my kayak on the other side of this dock right here. I was like right over here when I caught the other fish. All right. So where am I sending it? Where I'm sending it? Where? Okay. This is good. This area is good. And surprisingly enough, there's the wall that I'm leaning over, or the handrail, like right along the fence, kind of right here on the bottom. Not against the wall. That's actually a pretty good spot too. I've caught a couple good fish off of that, fishing right up under me. I don't necessarily know what the greenage looks like under here, or what kind of structure that is, but maybe it's something that's a little harder to traverse to, so they go around. Who knows? I don't know. Don't really care. But let's go. I get my, okay, I'll drop it right there. Bam. And I work it. Check me out. Oh yeah, let me get my slack. Get my slack out, get my slack out. That's a nice boat right there, by the way. And see how, see the pop. And then I'm working it. You see, you can see the line continuing to, see, and I'm moving it. And at that point right there, exactly, see, so it was like literally right here when I start feeling it pull. And then there it is, bam. And then he's trying to run, trying to go that way. We got it. And then, hey, you know, hey, fish on. We got it. And that's basically how you do it. That's action for the weightless thing. A weightless and a weighted. So with the weightless, I do that. And again, I have the 6-inch, so I use the 6-inch weightless. When I do the 5-inch, it's weighted with a bullet weight. And when you use the bullet weight, it's just a lot more exaggerated. So as opposed to it just doing like that, it'll like this and it'll stay vertical, then flop down, which is, you know, obviously pretty appealing to bass. Do I got one more that I wanna? Where is, okay, here's another one right here. For the weightless single, where did I send it? Bam. So again, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. I'm throwing it, I'm throwing it, I'm throwing it. Where did I throw it? Fudge. Look at that tree line. So there's hella trees. Tree right here. I'm sure to the left on the other side of this boat, there's a tree right there. So we got cover. We got that shade. We got that shade. We got the what you call that? We got that stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? And so basically is somewhat of an open area. There's a lot of greenage, but you know, there's areas for you to tuck in, channels for you to tuck in. But right outside that, bam, it's in there. And then what am I doing? I let it get to the bottom, 2 pops immediately. Once I let that get down, 2 pops. So bass are predatory fish. And like most predators, they have a thing called prey drive. For instance, you ever see something like, if you're in the yard, if you have a dog, he's looking out the glass window, so he sees him run by, what does he do? He jumps fast and he looks and he alerts himself because he's ready to go get it. He then stops if it's something that he notifies that it's something that he doesn't want. He's like, all right, cool, I'm whatever. But nothing can stop that instinct that he had where he like looks and he's alert. He's like, okay, what was that? Okay, it's not nothing. He can't control that. That is just what that dog is going to do because that is in that dog's DNA. It is the same thing for that freaking fish. You see something, it's gonna get his attention. He's gonna want to look, and if he's interested, and it looks like it's getting away, oh, I have to get that. It's not a formal. It's not a sense of I want it. It's a sense of I have to because their genetics just makes it so they have to do it. You know, same thing with the lion. You know, when that gazelle's in by, he do his thing when the gazelle look funky, you know, or he can't go get it. You know, like if I just send a worm out there and it just sits there, he'll look at that and be like, what the hell? I mean, look, watch Tactical Bastard, watch Wires of Fish. They do videos with like action underwater and strikes and stuff like that. I highly recommend that you guys watch those. But yeah, it's prey drive, and it's not something that they can even fight. It's something that their body has to do because that instinct is what keeps them alive and keeps them in the position that they're in. But let's go. 2 big pops. Pop, pop. Let it go. It's another pop. And at that is when I knew something. Like when I sent that second one, I felt the hit. And I'm like, okay. Okay, we got something going. Then he runs because look where I sent it. Look where he jumps. Over there. Okay, cool. And yeah, this is a $20 rod. This is a $20 South Bend rod. And There we go. That is a freaking chunker. It's a chunker. All right, look how bent that damn rod is. Let's go. Look how bent that damn rod is. A flailing. Look at that. Look at that. Look how bent that rod is, man. And that's a $20 rod. That's a $20 South Bend rod. I got some, I think I had some 15-pound braid and a 15-pound leader, fluorocarbon leader. Bam. Caught it. You know, so yeah, I didn't have a crazy setup. That's not the Lew's Mach 11 SLX. I do have a SLX and I do have Lew's Mach reels and stuff like that, but that's, I mean, you can see that's not necessary to catch a fish. All right, a little bit of patience, a little bit of knowledge of where to throw, what to throw, a little bit of knowledge of action and presentation. You got a fish, you know, and it's not that hard. Don't get overwhelmed by it. You know, if you go skunk, like I did it too. Like I've literally only been seriously fishing for a year, and I literally speed ran it, and not speed ran it as in like I fast tracked it. Well, I did fast track, but the way that I fast tracked is I fished a fudge ton with everything, every bait, every time, every lake. And I just went and I was like, okay, I have to send this many casts doing this many casts doing that, gotta send this many drop shots, gotta do this, gotta do that, you know, like, and obsessed over it, to now when I go, I barely skunk anymore, because now I know, okay, this is what I'll do. And I do skunk sometimes. It is what it is, you know, like, you know, who cares, you know. But I know more often than not, I'm gonna freaking leave with something on my tally, you know. And it's a very short time for a lot of the fish that I've caught so far. But yeah, that's basically that. We got the fish. You saw it. Cool. Well, it's just for the sake of whatever, I'll pull up this one. This is one of my favorites as well. Wacky. So check it out. So first things first. This is Chef's Kiss. Perfect. Right here. Because it's so, first off, this is the honey hole for sure. The water is green, all this covered, like it's so much, man. Hey, the bass are in there having a freaking ball. They're like, oh my god, like look at this green goop. Loving it. And I fished here more than a few times, so I know that from here, and there's like a platform that I'm standing on, it's like rocks and stuff. It's like, it's a made wall, but it's like rocks and concrete. There's like a bunch of greenage, all like right there to almost to about right here. I keep pointing to the screen, but you guys can't see my fingers on the screen. To about right here, and it's all the way across. And then there's a bunch of stuff, you know, here, there, and everywhere. And I know what it looks like when it's not like this, so I kind of like play it by ear. I was like, okay, I'm gonna toss here, I'm gonna toss there. But yeah, this is honey hole. This is, and you can see kind of a lot of the like greenish popping up right there. But anyways, go ahead. And again, what's that? That $20 South Bend rod. I'm telling you, bam, rod, drop it. And you can kind of see barely, but some stuff that's like right under the water. It's a lot of vegetation in there. What I do, I get that slack, I pull some slack out. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out, run it back. Check it out, check it out, check it out. I get it out. What I do, pull some slack out, let it float down, take a look around, get some action, beep beep, beep beep, let it work. And that fish is big as hell because it's like straight ripping my freaking reel up, and I have to keep tightening it. I don't think I have the audio. But look, I'll do it again. That's like the third time. You know, look, ripping through there. And yeah, I thought I was gonna lose it. To be honest with you, I was scared. Look at that, a freaking hog mog, man. Freaking hog mog. But anyways, yeah, that's really, look at that reaction and evasions. Look at that reaction and evasions back right there, just chilling. And damn, got 2 hooks right there. But yeah, that's really it. It's very complex, but it's simply complex. It's complex, but when you understand it complex, it's so simple. So simple. And that's just how you catch fish. And that's why you're not catching fish, you know. Not patient, don't quite. Let's see, what else I got? Do I got something right here? What I got? Looking at miss. Oh, let's watch some of my misses. Why not? Oh, look how smooth this is. What did I send? What did I do? I don't even remember this. This might be a day that I caught a big. I think I caught a big one right after this. As a matter of fact, what did I throw? Was it a wacky? Oh, look at that! Bam. So here's the deal. If you see the way my freaking rod just bent, you would think it was a freaking monster on that thing. It literally went into the water. Hold on, let's see. Well, hold on. Let's see. Look at that circle. Rod went in the water. Look at that, and it flicked up. That rod went in the water. And I'm like, what the hell? Look how bent it is. And I freaking lost it. But look at that. Texas rig Senko. And I think that was like the salmon color. Yeah, I mean, it'd be like that. You lose them sometimes. There's nothing wrong with it. But you kind of living and learning, figuring stuff out, figuring out how to do certain things. Fudge. What's the Oh Lord, this one hurt. Oh, this one really hurt. This is one that really hurt. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this one hurt. Sent it out there. If you notice, like a lot of times, like I have a lot of rods, but I'm not using a lot. I'm not using many. I'm using like the stuff that works for me. I'm kind of in a mode now where I kind of want to just try new stuff. You know, so I don't quite cheese certain setups. You know, like okay, you know, today if I want to use underspans, try to get off the underspan. Like I know if I throw that wacky, I've not perfected it, but I've in a way become a very, very proficient with it. You know, I've become very proficient with the Senko, with the wacky, with the crawl. So I'm like, okay, let me try something different and build up my repetitions with that one. Lord Jesus, here we go. I hate this, and I hate when this happens. This is one of like the worst feelings ever. Even like no matter like, and I catch a lot of fish. You lose one, you feel like a sack of freaking dirty laundry, dude. Look at him thrashing around, just look at that. That mother was huge. That mother was. Look where the wacky is. Oh Lord Jesus, why did I do that? Why did I do this? 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 Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I don't know. To this day, I don't know why I did that. To this day, I do not know why I did that. What's this one? Oh my gosh, like literally look, I freaking get my rod out of the truck. Wait, which one did I go with? Was this the day on the drop shot? Did I go drop shot? Yeah, I did. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, my daughter with me too. No, my man, what happened? Okay. Yeah, she's freaking blowing bubbles, dude. So anyway, yeah, I grabbed what was in that bag? What was in that bag? Wait to get my net. Oh, drop shot with that zoom, and I threw it. And I literally was this the first cast? Yep. Dinkerton. First freaking cast. Is why are these dinks are aggressive? Why can't the big ones be that aggressive? You know what I'm saying? The dinks are straight freaking rah. So do I want to show one more? I can show one more and then I'm gonna call it. It's a crappie? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I gotta. Look at this. Where are y'all casting in this? Let me, hold on. I didn't notice that either. That big old swell right there. Yep. So much hurt going on right here. Got that. I just dropped it in. So subtle. Making my work. Did I? This can't be. Is this where? No, I don't think this is the wrong video. I think this is the right video. And look, see, and that's the thing. So again, should I be throwing a freaking football jig right here? Nah, but I know from kayaking through here that there's like an elevated spot somewhere here. So if I can get my jig on that, I could kind of jump it, and then hopefully something can see it. Something will end up seeing it. You know, so hold on, let me see that. Where I drop it? And it's like literally like right freaking here. And then slowly just bug it back. Oh, excuse me, I just flatulated. Oh, did I get something? Okay, I think I do. Okay, yep. We got the big boy. Big old freaking chunker. Big old chunker. Man, look at that freaking thing. Hold on, boy. Hold on, my boy. Look at that thing. All right. Well, for those that end up stumbling upon this, good job. Thank you. Oh, man.